moments away, the setting, Miami, Florida. The Celtics taking on the Heat for the Boston Celtics. This team is playing winning basketball, victorious in 7 of their last 10 games. Heat, Celtics, tip-off coming up right after this. Hola and welcome to Noche Latina, an NBA celebration of Latin heritage. We're proud to bring it to you here at 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce round out our broadcast crew for this one. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Miami Heat. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics. Then on Saturday, they'll face off against Trae Young and the Washington Wizards.
And looking at the Raptors matchup, it's going to be a hard-fought battle. You just hope they're able to execute their game plan as it should be a close one.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Boston Celtics. Tatum at the 4 with Kaseya in at the 5. White and Brown team up as the backcourt. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. And for the Heat, Norman Powell out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Davion Mitchell. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Hero in at shooting guard. And we talk about the fatigue when playing the second game of a back-to-back. Stan, how does that usually manifest?
Well, I mean, just off the top of my head, it's things like sloppy play, missing easy shots, lapses in your defensive rotations. It's mental mistakes more than physical fatigue that happens on the second night.
Back to Brown. Here's Tatum. And he misses his first shot. And here's Powell. He'll bring it up for Miami. Coming off that win against the Sixers.
Yeah, they were really able to keep their intensity high throughout the game. Never really saw them back off.
Yeah, it was an all-around excellent performance, and one I'm sure they'd like to replicate tonight.
And no question, Bam Adebayo, one of the best all-around big men in the league.
And even as his efficiency has waned just a bit in recent years, he remains steady Eddie on a nightly basis. A two-way player who gives you a little of everything.
And he drops the first.
Yeah, you look at the different ways Bam Adebayo can impact the game. He's a player everyone wants on their team.
Good on both. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Just moments ago, Eric Spoelstra and I were able to chat. We talked about his approach in guarding Jayson Tatum. He said, we want to crowd Tatum right from the jump and prevent him from getting into an early rhythm, especially from deep. Because when his three-point shot is falling, it opens up the rest of his game. BA, back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Powell, following the bucket by Boston. From deep, Mitchell, after missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Rock-solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him to clean look.
You know, Grant, for all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. You appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jayson Tatum. He is the real deal.
Makes a first.
Well, it's so impressive how Jayson Tatum has just continued to strengthen his game. He's a star who isn't easily satisfied by his own play and always wants to do more.
Both shots good from the stripe. And even as the Heat look to go younger, this is not a team with an appetite for lengthy rebuilds.
Yeah, BA. But one advantage they possess when star players around the league ponder a change of scenery, Miami certainly has some great views.
Now here's Brown. 29 points for him last game against Atlanta.
Yeah, plus he got himself to the line. Playing aggressive, pushing the action. Wow, what a slam. Tatum not messing around right there.
Back to Mitchell. Mitchell, a screen on Tatum. Powell outside. The three is up. Connects from downtown.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
It's Brown on the wing. Back to Tatum. And then Tatum slams it in.
What a move by Tatum. Finishing strong at the rim.
Here's Adebayo. And it's rejected. Pass to White. Here's Brown. Fires for three. Adebayo grabs the board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Mitchell deciding where to go with it. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul of the game. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Shot clock at 6. Hero for three. On target from range.
And he is so good from deep. Hero puts up high percentages on high volume.
Pass to Kaseya. Tatum against Wiggins. Excellent D there from Wiggins.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Here's Hero. Here's Adebayo. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
Well, the activity that Bam plays with is special. He's always looking to grab an offensive rebound.
Outside Tatum. Three-pointer. Drains the triple. Tatum's got 11 points.
Knowing his team needs a lift, he's putting them on his back.
Back to Mitchell. Powell surveying the D. And he lobs it up. And they're running. Moving it up. Kick out to Brown. And the Celtics another three.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the three, it really opens up this offense.
Down low. Here's Hero. And he jams it after taking a nice feed on the run.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
The Heat have gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Powell with it. Now guarded by Brown. Here's Adebayo. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Jaime Jaquez is checked in for Mitchell. Jaquez, the pass to Powell. Just 4 to shoot. 16 feet out. And the shot falls short that time.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Hauser outside. Pass to Tatum. The three ball. And again, Boston with the triple.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Powell outside. Outside Adebayo. Now here's Hero. Miami, no good that time either. Tatum looking it over. Beyond the arc. And Hero grabs the board.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Powell. Lays it up and banks it in. Powell's got 5 now.
When he's not on the perimeter, this is where Powell is scoring, right near the hoop.
A nice shot by Tatum.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Miami making a switch here. Larson's checked in. Garza's checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Jayson Tatum. Heat trail by 3. Hero outside. To the paint. Here's Adebayo. Garza grabs the board.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of the slump.
Up top, Brown. To the inside. Garza's shot is good. And the Celtics lead by 5.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. And Boston with some changes. Walsh is checked in for Hauser. Shireman comes in for Pritchard. Wiggins finds Hero. Driving inside. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And for Tyler Hero, people immediately think of the shooting, but there's much more to his game, Coach.
Yeah, B.A., look, he's much improved as a playmaker. As a rookie, he only averaged about 2 assists. But last year, I think he was over 5, and he gives a consistent effort at the defensive end of the floor.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Stan, Joe Mazzulla is a young head coach taking over on the Celtics bench in 2022.
Well, B.A., he's got a rare intensity about him. Certainly not afraid to think outside the box, and obviously the results speak for themselves.
And so he hits both. Grant, since he's come into the league, what's jumped out to you about Hero's development?
Well, I've liked seeing his growth in running the pick and roll. He's not just a jump shooter anymore. He's a guy that can anchor an offensive unit, B.A.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't tap it.
And finished off by Adebayo.
Yeah, Adebayo there throwing it down with a little attitude.
White, the pass to Brown. Uses the glass on the layup. Brown's got his second bucket of the night.
Look, Brown's a great athlete. I love to see him work inside.
There's a screen by Wiggins. Back to Hero. 6 to shoot. Puts up a 3. And that one's good. Hawkins for 3. And that ties it up.
Not the best three-point shooter in the league, but he's got enough skill that you can't just let him fire it up.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Bam Adebayo is now the Heat's all-time leader in double-doubles. Bam said, I want to be number 1 in some, if not all of these categories. I just have to keep improving and keep chipping away. And then it's just focusing on getting these wins. Back to you, B.A.
Good priorities. Thank you very much for the report, Allie. And so it's Boston with it, following the bucket by the Heat. They set a pick. Here's Brown. And Boston again with the bucket.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Back to Hero. Miami needs to get off a shot here. And they take the lead. Hawkins has got 6 points. Oh, another lead change. 6 total in the first half.
And this is the battle we were hoping to see.
White against Hero. White, the pass to Garza. Here's Brown. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. And here's a look at some numbers for Jaylen Brown.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
A different look for Miami. Ware's checked in for Adebayo. Norm Powell comes in for Wiggins. And Yakachonis subbed in for Hero. Here's Yakachonis. Averaging around 6 a game. And the first shot of the night for him, no good.
That's how you want to see them crash the glass. They've been out-hustled so far.
Gonzalez passes to Garza. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pritchard surviving the D. 14 feet away. And Boston again with the bucket.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Three-pointer Yakichonis. Counted from distance. And the Heat lead by 2.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Now here's Pritchard. Tightly guarded. That one's good for 2.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Yakichonis.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. Now here's Pritchard. Here's Shireman. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
It's the end of the first with a tie game here, and already these offenses are clicking along. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. Let's quickly break down what we've seen from the Heat.
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And with each made 3, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
Norman Powell out there with Yakichonis. Then there's Khalil Ware, then it's Jaime Jaquez, and it's Larson in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now here's Jaquez. 14 points for him last game against Philadelphia. Nails it from beyond the arc.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Tatum with it. Jaquez covers. Tatum can't hit. Here's Powell. Misses off the right iron.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Three-pointer Pritchard gets the 3 ball to go. Pritchard's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Can't give those openings defensively. He'll just keep exploiting them.
Powell outside. And there's the screen. Pass to Yakichonis. And again, it's Miami converting.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Tatum. 17 points in the game. Pass to Garza from outside the arc. Larson with a rebound. Miami's gotten 21 points so far from three-point land. They're 7 of 10. Here's Yakichonis. Pounded by Tatum. The shot by Yakichonis, no good.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Pritchard gets it to go. Oh, man, this has been an absolute battle in the first half.
Each team trying to establish itself. The lead just keeps going back and forth.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. teams will make substitutions. And with 3 games remaining in the regular season, here's how the East stacks up. You look at Boston, with the playoffs fast approaching, they are well positioned at second place in the conference. And of course, Miami, quite a bit of space between these two.
Well, I think for Miami, they're in a precarious spot. If the season ended today, they'd be in the play-in tournament. So you know they'd love to rack up some wins and avoid that scenario.
And the call will be against Jayson Tatum. That's his first foul of the game. And Grant, when it comes to a franchise player, how much does it help to have a guy who unites the locker room?
Well, you know, B.A., when you think of guys like LeBron James or a Stephen Curry or Tim Duncan, it's not just about their play on the court, but the type of person you see in the locker room. That can rally a franchise. And it's energy like that on both ends of the floor that's got them out ahead.
Back to where?
Look out!
Are you kidding?
Oh, powered down with both hands.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Now here's Tatum. 17 points in the game. This one for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Now Mitchell. His stats right now averaging 9 points a game. Here's Shireman. Pass to Pritchard. Outside Tatum. It's hauled in by the Heat. Their last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
They felt like they had control of that game in the first half, but adjustments were made and they could not adjust back.
Now here's Powell. He's got 5. And the 3 off target. Here's Shireman. Outside Tatum. The 3 is up. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, look, you're talking about one of the more dynamic scorers in this league. Jayson Tatum putting on a show.
Count the basket. Mitchell's got 5 points.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
To the right side. Pass to Gonzalez. There's Tatum with the 3. Jayson Tatum! He's a sharpshooter.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. So for Miami, Bam Adebayo's checked in for Jaques, and it's Hero in for Fontecchio. Boston making a switch here. Outside Mitchell. Pass to Adebayo. Now Hero. Here's the 3. That one drops. 3 for 6 now.
He had no time needed for Hero. He's always ready to fire.
Stan, while they're cobbling together an offense, the Heat will always compete defensively.
Well, B.A., only 2 seasons in the last 3 decades have the Heat been below average in defensive rating. Making that commitment's a key pillar of the Heat culture.
Miami moving it around. Adebayo, a screen on Brown. Bam, drops the hammer.
Well, that's textbook pick-and-roll basketball. Adebayo just taking what the defense gives him.
Mitchell against Pritchard. Pass to Hauser. The three hits the trifecta. Hauser's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Hero against White. Adebayo sets a screen. Here's Powell. 6 on the shot clock. The three from Mitchell. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside Pritchard. Outside Brown. Outside White. Here's Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Pass to Ware. Boston pulls it in. They come into this one following the loss to Atlanta.
Hey, they had their chances, but they struggled from the line. It's so hard to win that way on someone else's floor.
Yeah, those opposing crowds can put you off balance at the stripe, but you got to block out the noise and make those free throws. Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Back to Mitchell. Pass to Hero. Adebayo sets a screen. Looking to win the run. Hero, no good. Celtics lead by 11. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. And taking a quick look across the league, here are the most accurate free throw shooters. Number 5 is Derek White.
He's not a guy you want to foul. He's so calm at the line, sinks his free throws with ease.
Fontecchio's checked in for Miami. The Celtics also with a sub. Cada's checked in for Pritchard. Oh, there's the alley! And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Mitchell.
Yeah, a communication breakdown. 2 guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
Boston making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. Boston shooting at around 66%. They're on fire. Outside, Brown. No good on the shot. Fontecchio with some nice D. And here's Adebayo. 23 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
Yeah, he did a great job attacking the defense and getting to the line. That kind of aggression goes a long way.
Now here's White. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. Brown passes to White. Oh, send it home, Derek White.
Well, White is a solid athlete. He's more than capable of getting up for these kind of throwdowns.
Up top Ware to win the cold spell. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Boston.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
For 3, and White, the bucket on the assist from Brown. White's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, yeah, White prefers a more head-on shot, but that doesn't mean he can't sink those corner threes, too.
Hero, no good.
And one of the reasons they're down right now is because they've fallen in love with the jump shot.
Outside White. There's the triple. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, for obvious reasons, this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in White running the pick and roll.
Hero looking around. 4-3, and he drains it. That basket makes him 4 for 9.
Well, that's his 3rd three-pointer in this game, and 2 of those came in the 2nd, so he might be heating up.
Pass to Hauser. Outside, Brown. 6 rebounds in the game. Mitchell, the pass to Hero. Powell outside. Pass to Adebayo. Oh, sweet move. And finished off by Adebayo.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Now here's Brown. He has 7. Man, Brown just showing his toughness inside.
Well, there's some power to JB's game. He can simply go through contact.
Hero with it. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Fires away from way outside. And we finished off one half of play. Celtics out in front, leading by 14. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, they are letting it fly. We need an air traffic controller out there.
I'll grab the cones and vests out of the supply closet. Shaq, the extra batteries are at security if we need them. All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
Well, right now for Boston, they're right where they want to be, and they're right where they should be. Now it's a matter of getting everything in place for the title run. These guys will be tough to beat in a 7-game series.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. And you know, Jayson Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Tatum at the 4 with Kaseya in at the 5. White and Brown team up as the backcourt. And it's Hauser in at the 3. Now here's White. Knocks it down from distance. White's got 13.
And White knows he has the green light to fire from deep. Great looking 3-ball there.
Here's Hero. And again, it's Miami converting.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Heat trail by 15. And Andrew Wiggins is a great sidekick stand. He can also be a leading man at times.
Well, you know, B.A., a wing with his size and knack for scoring will always be welcome. And with the way he's improved his defense, you have a solid 2-way player. Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Brown, that's good.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Now here's Hero. He's got 15. And finished off by Adebayo.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
Pass to Kaseya. The Kick out to White. Three-pointer. And the Celtics another three.
And he continues to shoot a perfect percentage. Clearly a big reason why they're up right now.
Adebayo passes to Hero. Now here's Wiggins. Hounded by Tatum. Here's Mitchell. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
Now here's Tatum. 28 points for him. Fires from deep. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
And the call will be against Derek White. That's foul number 2 for him. As players get bigger and faster, you think the league will have to widen the court at some point?
Well, B.A., I just don't think that's realistic, to be quite honest. And I think the reason is the league's all about money, right? I mean, it's a business. We've got to make money. And the arenas were all laid out. If you start making the court wider, you're going to take away rows of seats. Those are high-priced seats, B.A. We're not taking those away. I don't think widening the court is really realistic.
Here's Hero, following the bucket by Boston. Sends it home from three-point land. Hero's got 5 points now this quarter.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Tyler Hero wants to be the complete package. He said, quote, "I'm not thinking score, score, score. It's more about finding different ways to impact the game, knowing I don't have to force the issue. When I'm taking efficient shots and making the right passes, that makes us a dangerous team." Back over to you.
He's finding that balance. Okay, Allie, good stuff.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
Miami moving it around. Wiggins outside. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Wiggins has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Brown. Let's go with a 3. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo feeling it out a bit. Over White. Misses the baby hook. Boston leading by 20. Here's Keita, hounded by Adebayo. Oh, he's on fire. 8 for 8 and just looking relentless.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and see the teams who have been dominating the board since the All-Star break. Number 1, Boston.
Incredible rebounding numbers since the break. They've put in a lot of effort on the glass.
It's Powell, high post. He's got 5. White with the steal. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. Brown passes to Keita. The kick to Tatum. Now here's White. Clock at 6. Pass to Kaseya. From downtown. Oh, he's been lethal. Connecting again, making him 9 for 9.
Well, he's already hit more threes since halftime than he did in the whole first half. He might have figured something out.
Mitchell, the pass to Hero. Here's Wiggins. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Wiggins got 5 points now in the quarter.
So polished from this painted area. Love watching Wiggins do his thing close to the basket.
Brown passes to Hauser. Now Tatum. Right side Brown. And he's 6 for 12 after that one.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Now here's Hero. 18 points for him. From deep, Mitchell. Kaseya pulls it in. Kaseya's got rebound number 7 tonight. Outside, Brown. And again, Boston with the triple.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Now here's Hauser. He's got 9. And Brown is good for 3. Brown's got 11 in the second half.
Well, coming out of the half, he's been much more aggressive, helping them space the floor.
Adebayo, a screen on Brown. To the middle. And Adebayo slams it in.
Well, you got to love Hero's versatility. In addition to his scoring prowess, he's a very solid distributor.
Now here's Brown. Give him 20. Pass to Kaseya. Outside Tatum. The three-pointer off the mark. For Miami, they've gone 8 of 12 from the floor in the third quarter. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. That shot is off. Boston dictating the flow. Pass to Brown. White on the wing. Here's Kaseya. Powell covers. Kaseya pass to White. Hauser outside. Fires the 3. Buries it from 3. Hauser's got 12 points in the game.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Miami moving it around. It's Adebayo, high post. 16 points for him. There's the block. Pass to White. Outside Tatum. Outside Brown. Shoots over Hero. Brown can't hit. Miami has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. Wiggins, no good. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. White looking it over. Pass to Tatum. From behind the arc. The rebound by Wiggins. Miami shooting about 53% on the third. A very good number. And Adebayo slams it in.
Oh, my God. Just throw it up to the square and Bam will do the rest.
And first time out of the game called for Boston.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
So for Miami, Ware's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Jaquez comes in for Wiggins. Larson comes in for Mitchell. And some changes here for the Celtics. A minute 31 left in the third. Inside. Here's Shireman. Oh, great D that time from Powell. Miami has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. Pass to Ware. The rebound, Celtics.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy. Can't argue with a chance like that. Give me more of those.
Now here's Hero. 18 points for him. Pass to Ware. Buries it down low. Ware's got 8.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
Pritchard against Hero. Outside Pritchard. 6 on the shot clock. Boston needs to get off a shot here. Here's Walsh. The rebound by Ware. Here's Larson. Still no points. Pass to Hero. Basket counts. And so it's Boston already up 26 points as this quarter ends. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Bam Adebayo. Jaime Jaquez out there with Khalil Ware. Then it's Davion Mitchell, and it's Larson in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And Boston has possession. Miami making their last shot. Pass to Shireman. Now here's Pritchard. They set the screen. Here's Gonzalez. Launches it. Drills it from deep.
The defense was just nowhere to be found, and because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Larson with the bucket.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Jayson Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Pass to Shireman. Outside Tatum. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen. Well, some lament the death of the mid-range jumper in today's game. Grant, you got any fixes?
Well, some have suggested cutting out the corner threes. If the three-point line was only like above the break, teams would probably need to rely more on that mid-range.
And Adebayo slams it in.
Well, give him credit offensively. Bam has been fighting hard, really taking it at the defense.
Pass to Walsh. Back to Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Now here's Adebayo. Banked it in off the glass. Adebayo's got 6 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, Bam is having a massive impact on this game. They just can't stop him. Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
The Celtics making a switch here. Bassey's checked in. Outside Pritchard. Tatum with a screen. Shot clock at 6. Lets the three fly. He buries it from 3. Tatum's got 36 points.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And that's 38 points for Jayson Tatum.
And guys, it's no easy task defending Tatum inside. You can body him up, bump him, he'll still find a way.
Here's Larson. Pass to Ware. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Larson. Fires the 3. He drops it from range.
But when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Mitchell against Pritchard. Here's Gonzalez. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Outside Jaquez. Here's Larson from the arc. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got 8 rebounds in the game. Pass to Pritchard. Over Mitchell. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 7 rebounds in the game. Outside for Mitchell. And here's Ware. Miami moving it around. And it's Mitchell. The miss.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Tatum with it. Working on Ware. Tries it from the block. Boston again missing. And so Adebayo will bring it up for Miami. Pass to Larson. Now here's Adebayo. Here's Ware. Good! And the assist goes to Adebayo.
Wow, such a skilled 5. Bam's passing is really important to this offense.
Here's Tatum. And it's Miami with a rebound. Ware's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Larson. To the middle. It's tipped. Pritchard against Mitchell. Pass to Shireman. Outside Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Down low. Here's Adebayo. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That one on Tatum.
Well, at the rate Adebayo scores, it's hard not to fall for that.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Celtics.
Take a break.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
Another thing they're doing well tonight is shooting from long distance. all game long, they've been finding openings at the perimeter.
Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, B.A., it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Celtics lead by 19. Outside Tatum. And he can't stop the run as that one misses. Miami has gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. Powell passes to Jaquez. Knocks down the triple.
Well, that's a good pass by a veteran who's seen it all. Norman Powell.
It's Brown on the wing. Jaquez covers. Tatum passes to Hauser. And stolen by Adebayo. To the inside. And he elevates for the jam. Jayson Tatum on the receiving end.
Yeah, Adebayo had an NBA body right from the start. And you get the sense he's no stranger to that weight.
Cadis checked in for Pritchard.
One shot.
Celtics lead by 13. Brown looking around. Baseline try. Again, the miss by Boston. Miami has gone 4 of 6 from deep thus far in the fourth. Back to Powell. Pass to Hero. Out to Powell. From deep. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that three almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Well, that's what Powell's out there to do. Pressure the defense and force mistakes.
3 shots. 3 shots.
And he's good on the first of 3.
Well, Powell is such a valuable asset. Great shooter, efficient, has a really high basketball IQ with all of his experience.
Mitchell's checked in for Miami. He hits the second from the line.
They're doing some good work at the line this half.
And he nails the third. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. 10-point lead. Pass to Keita. Now Brown. He's guarded by Hero. 6 to shoot. They still need this. Brown can't hit. The Heat have gotten 8 of 10 attempts in. Very productive here in the fourth. Adebayo. And finished off by Adebayo.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
He's really become a better all-around player. Brown's passing continues to evolve. Nice find.
Adebayo sets a screen. On the attack, Hero. Powell outside. Wiggins against Tatum. Hero outside. Takes the three. Boston pulls it in. Tatum passes to Keita. Outside, Brown. Oh, Brown just throws it down.
And over time, we've seen Brown ease into accepting more responsibility on offense. He's now a dangerous scorer.
Hero, the pass to Powell. And Powell with the stuff.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. And here's Brown for 3. Oh, Jaylen Brown from extended range.
When this guy starts hitting threes, watch out. He's just pouring it on this half.
Outside Hero. Now Powell puts up a
answering the call with a three of his own.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. Celtics lead by 10. Hauser outside. Here's a pass to Tatum. Knocks down the trifecta.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off of his energy. And every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
Now here's Mitchell. Throws it up. He drills the wide open jumper.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Tatum. Hauser outside. White outside. For three. Wiggins with a rebound. Heat trail by 11. Tipped. Here's a pass to Tatum. Oh, he finished it off. A beauty of a pass.
Look, Tatum draws so much attention. Someone's bound to be open.
Brown against Hero. Brown pulls down the board. And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 1:16 left to play in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. He launches. It's money from deep.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Celtics.
One area where they set themselves apart today, their aggressiveness in getting steals.
It really hindered their opponent all game long. And of course, it helped spark their own offense.
And so they powered through to their 51st win of the year. And what a huge performance it was for Jayson Tatum.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And the basket is good. They put together a solid lead.
And it doesn't seem like they're going to back off.
Outside White. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
Thank you very much. Jaylen, you had it going. Can you talk about the confidence you had tonight?
I'm just trying to continue to show people what I can do, continue to get better. It's a long journey, it's a process. I still got a long way to go and a lot to learn, so I'm gonna just keep going up.
It's all part of the journey. Thanks, Jaylen.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Jayson Tatum.